we did too. Y'all doing all right tonight?
Less than highly favored.
Less than highly favored.
Mm-hmm. I'm here.
Hey, look, I was talking to my daughter the other day, my oldest daughter. Mm-hmm. She was like, what happened with your choices of baby mamas after mine? I was like,
damn.
Drugs. I said it was drugs.
Get lost in the sauce.
Yeah, get lost in the sauce.
It happens.
I said, I became my own best customer. Start robbing myself. I was breaking into my own windows. My neighbor was like, Dominic, what are you doing? Huh? Don't even worry about it. You know, shit happens. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
But I went to go get help, right? And I left. And when I came back, my co-host of the show went and got another co-host. Went and found another guy to do a whole different podcast with. I was like, what type of shit is that?
It's like he spit on you, ain't it?
Yeah. I dead in my face.
Man.
I went to go get, and we was friends. Went to go get help.
It ain't like he blocked him, was
it? And he split on me. So, what's up, Win City? Welcome to Conversations in the Trap. This is your host, Move Work Nick Freak. Tonight I got my guest co-host, Jerrod Hampton, and we have a special guest co-host, Dana
Dash.
Dana what?
Dana Parks.
Dana Parks. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So we already know each other.
Yeah, I told Cuz, man, find us some females to come on the show. So if there's any other females that would like to be a part of Conversations in the Trap and help co-host, hit me up or hit him up.
Hey, yeah.
And we'll make it do what it do. So this is an opinionated show, right? My opinion, I keep it to myself, but her opinion is her opinion, and his opinion is his opinion. And we got we got an audience in the crowd tonight. So, y'all can give y'all take two on what's going on. So our first hot topic for tonight is, hold up real quick. Let me say this before I say this. I don't have a bank account or a wife. So,
cash out though?
I cut it off because my daughter kept, every Friday, she wanted $40. I said, look, I can't support your habit and mine, all right? And I pay my child support today. So, should married couples have separate or joint accounts?
Separate.
Why?
Shit, you don't know what everybody's thinking on the next day. So I'm like, shit. I feel like they could have a joint account where they pay bills, but you just don't know if somebody gonna be like, you know what, I don't like you today. I'm just gonna
chuck you the deuces.
Yeah.
And go in there and take all the money.
Take all the money, the furniture.
I mean, that's a valid point. So I would go in the middle then, and I would say that couples, because I am in a relationship, should have a joint bank account because both of us are paying bills.
Right.
So instead of like nitpicking down to the dollar and the dime, if you just say, okay, X amount needs to be in here by this date, like what your month worth of bills is,
right.
Toss that shit in there. And then plus you got special occasions, birthdays, anniversaries, whatnot. It's like, if you put your money in there constantly and you're somebody like me who wants to look at it all the time, like how much I got, I'll flip through that shit all day long just to double check I still got $7.02. But I don't want to look at it and see, you pulled out $500. What you doing with that? Because then you might start thinking negatively on that. And it's really just take it as personal.
So you think an amount like that should be discussed first?
500, in today's time, shit, that's a decent chunk to go missing. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got thousands of dollars and you take out 500, that's gonna come up easy. That's fuck. You know what I'm saying?
True. But think of it in the perspective of just being so knowing every fucking thing that's going on. Sometimes you just don't want your shit looked at. You don't want your personal diary looked at. So no, I got the bills. Leave me alone about my $5 in the bank,
But you just said you was engaged, right?
Yeah.
So once you marry that man, y'all become one. So you wouldn't want him to read your diary?
Well, he's not going to read my diary because I'm kind of gay. That's my fiance over there, the girl.
Oh, my bad. I thought. Shit. This happened to me last time. I asked a question about somebody's baby daddy cheating on them, going to have another baby, and I didn't know that the girl was in that situation. I was like, my bad. So sorry, man. So
You good. But when I marry her, we kind of discussed this topic earlier today, and we discuss it every so often as any couple would. But like, we're kind of on the same page that we've both been burnt by somebody that had access to our bank accounts or to our money. So therefore, we're protective of that. And yeah, you could share it, but it's okay. Just satisfy each party and have your personal accounts. But then, you know, if we say our bills are $1,500 for the month, you're responsible for $750 and I'm responsible for $750, have it in there by the 31st. And boom, all your bills are paid, but you're not nosing around. If you've been burned a couple times, you want to nose around in somebody's business, no matter if you love them or not.
Right.
So then you kind of remove that temptation, if you will. Because then you might start thinking about shit like, oh, where'd this go? Where'd that go? Why you stopped at that gas station over there? You never stopped there. Like,
right.
just
so
remove the thought.
Now we're not even
shit.
looking at the money no more. Who you over there seeing?
Yeah.
Right? Well, I do know Shaquille O'Neal's wife, Shawnee O'Neal, was putting back money into her own private account that she was getting from their account.
Did Shaq have an accountant that picked it up, or did Shaq himself personally pick it up? Because I know a lot of times when you're that rich,
I don't really know. I just know she was taking money, putting it into her own account, and then she left.
So with her doing that, right? So when they finally got a divorce, did she get a settlement too after taking the money? Because I'd feel some type of way. You know what I'm saying?
Like Shaq's one of for real. Shaq's one of the richest entertainers there is. He owns J.C. Penney's. He owns the rights to like Marilyn Monroe and a couple of other people. The Papa John's, the General, Pepsi. Yeah. Shaq didn't even spend none of his NBA money. He was just spending like endorsement money, which was in the hundreds of millions in the early 2000s. So right now, I'm pretty sure, even though I never heard nothing about him having to give her a split like Jordan did his wife. Because you know Jordan had to give his wife half for the billions.
And didn't she have like something like where she still got a piece of the Jordan too?
I don't know, but I know when he split that with her, them Jordans started coming out every week, back to back to back to back. So let's move on into our second hot topic. 90% of the food sold in America has way more chemicals than food, the same exact thing sold overseas. So like a Doritos bag or a Lay's bag of potato chips here has 10 times more chemicals than what it is in France and England. So, why do you think America's food is more dangerous than overseas food?
Because we cheat. We try to stretch every little penny that we can. So we put all this fake shit in there, trying to stretch it out. And it's like, they try to stretch it out and make a profit, but it's making us sick. You know what I'm saying? All these kids is being born sick as hell, got asthma straight when they come out the womb and shit. It's like, damn, what was in that placenta?
Yeah. What do you think?
So like, I feel that it's more leaning towards kind of like the government's already monopolized the grocery industry.
Right.
Like, you can no longer walk into Kroger's and spend $100 and get the same value that you got, even fucking 2 years ago at best. And so, like, not only is it a monopoly on the food, like, they've got to bulk create so much of it because they're trying to shut out the local farmers. Like, this crop that's growing on the side of the parkway, that's 500 acres of corn, soybeans, like, where's that going? Because I'm not walking in my local Kroger seeing a locally bought.
Did y'all see where Bill Gates bought all that farmland?
Yeah.
I'm like, what are they about to do?
It's supposed to be growing fruit.
Okay, but is it appropriate for the climate, like, or is it genetically modified? And just right there, you got more chemicals.
But did y'all know? All right, so all these trees around here, right? They say every tree is supposed to produce some type of fruit or vegetable, right? Every plant, right? They say they took out every female plant, right? And all these trees, the reason why we have, the allergies and shit, is because it's all male trees. That's the reason why the pollen's so high.
Well, I think it's population control.
It is.
Because it's another way to kill us off. And they say the food is like part of the reason, like, mental health. Like, people's actually going crazy due to what they put in their body. I know I stopped eating meat 30 days ago. Like, I eat fish. If I can quit smoking cigarettes and Black and Milds, I'd be straight. But I figured if I was going to quit putting all the other type of poisons in my body, I might as well quit eating red meat, pork, chicken. Because if you look on Netflix, they got, I think it's called What's Your Health?
Yeah.
And it talks about how, what they doing when they prepare this food for us to eat. And when you have school shootings and you just slapping your baby mama and you just running in killing people, it's not all what we think. What we can't see that, but it's actually what we putting into our bodies is going to our brain, and we don't know what is it.
It's like they say you're not supposed to eat before like you go to sleep and stuff like that. Like so.
Yeah, I don't either. I'll tell you, I went away for a little bit, man. I stopped eating meat, and I read something that it said you're supposed to eat when the sun's up. Only eat while the sun's up. So, like, I eat a banana and drink some water in the morning, right?
Right.
Then I eat my lunch. Then I eat my dinner at like 5 or 6. And for real, I was full. I wouldn't eat nothing else, maybe a bag of popcorn or something. But then I didn't want to have to put it in the microwave.
Right.
Because that's not healthy for you either.
Nah.
But I swear I got way more energy once I stopped eating that. Because they say, what you put in your the first meal of the day at breakfast determines your day. You eat something like bacon, sausage, and all that.
Them about that.
Yeah, and it drags you out. And I only ate eggs twice a week. Eat eggs twice a week because it say it gives you inflammation.
Yeah,
and I noticed when I ate them eggs, man, my back
get the hurting,
man, like crazy. So I think we all should move overseas and eat healthy.
I'll be down.
What'd you eat today?
What did I eat today? Chinese. Yeah, we went to Jay Garden and ate Chinese, and honestly, even though I love Chinese, I felt like shit since I went and ate. Like, it's all heavy in grease, it's all heavy in all the ingredients that they put in, and even though they might make it a little with more natural ingredients, because they're buying from stores that are like to their culture, like there's Mexican food stores, there's Japanese, Korean, you see those different type of health food stores, and I know that they're getting different ingredients, but they've still got to fit a certain way. But just boiling it all down to cooked out, served on a line, like I probably drank a 1/4 ounce oil within all that food because it's all fried, every bit of it.
Well, we eat Italian spaghetti and pizza, right? We eat Mexican tacos,
soul food.
We eat Chinese. Do you think those people say, we want American tonight?
Highly doubt it, man.
We want American tonight.
Yeah, he's going to get me banned right there. That right there. So let's move on into our next hot topic.
Damn, son.
Donald Trump is facing charges and running for president. Do you all think he will get convicted and win the presidency? Because if you win the presidency, I meant to look it up before. I wasn't even going to ask this, but we rolling now. Could he pardon himself?
He pardoned Kodak and him.
Could he pardon himself? I'm going to have to look it up and see if it's legal for him if he gets convicted to pardon himself.
But let me tell you how slick this man is. This man is really smart, right? So instead of...
I don't think it's him. I think it's people around him.
Yeah, people around him.
Yeah.
But whoever he is, it's like when his ex-wife died, right? Instead of, putting her in the cemetery and stuff like that, they buried her on the golf course, and now the golf course is labeled cemetery, so tax write-off. So you know what I'm saying? So it's a dirty game, y'all. You know what I'm saying? You got to know these clauses and all that in there.
I've never seen an administration, and I've only seen George Bush, Bill Clinton, George Bush's son, Obama, Trump, and Biden. I've never seen nobody's administration have that many people or anybody like that get arrested and convicted on charges. Trump is a true-to-life gangster.
He the first nigga president,
Here we go. So, all right, back to the question. Do y'all think he will get elected?
He has a following.
I think it leans somewhere within that following, whether he gets elected or not, because you saw a lot of people vote for Biden simply because they didn't want to vote for Trump and that won Biden's presidency. But, like, what have you really seen done? What's been beneficial? What's been reversed within that?
He forgot he's president.
Yeah, like, shit, he'd be walking around having to be reminded, like, hey, your name's Joe, okay? Just remember.
Joe?
Yeah.
Joe.
What?
What's my last name?
Why do y'all think America votes for old men?
Same.
I think Obama
and
maybe George Bush.
Yeah, he was the youngest too.
Yeah.
I think that you're not really seeing young Americans vote, like people that are 40 and under, I would say. they're not all necessarily getting out there and voting. Like, I paid a dude to go fucking register to vote, essentially. Like, I took him there, like, I got him what he needed. I made sure that he signed up. You know, I didn't tell him how to vote, but I explained to him, like, how the parties work, like, that you have to go vote on these days. Like, there's midterms, there's elections, there's your local officials, and, like, it really makes a difference. Because, bro, if you get in trouble, you got to go in front of the judge. Did you help make a decision within your community?
Right.
That's the biggest vote. That's the biggest vote right there.
Right.
The local vote.
Local vote's real important, but you're seeing a lot of the older generation voting for the people that they know. They've known their entire lives. Like, they saw them come in young into office, and Biden's been there, how many years?
48 years.
And so, like, anybody that's at least 50 and older has seen him come in to the program and then rise up, and they think, oh, that's the way you do it, because they're stuck in the mindset that, like, you go work for something and you just stay the fuck in it the whole way up.
Is that why you think Mitch McConnell keeps getting voted in Kentucky?
Absolutely. That and any type of, like, payments deals he's got going on the table, because, like, they don't get rich and powerful by going to the office 9 to 5 every day.
Nah.
Like, they get rich and powerful with their deals, with their sponsees, with, you know, trying to make side steps of, here, we'll go around this EPA thing, we'll give you a farm for super cheap, and then turn around, change it, get the tax write-off, whatnot, da-da-da.
I like her. She's talking.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yes, sir. So, I can't vote. Put that out there. Who you voting for?
I wish there was actually, like, there needs to be, like, another party or something, because I just feel like both the Republican and the Democratic Party is just, like, voting for less of the two evils. So, you know, it's like, once you go out there and vote, it's like, okay, you know, you really have to go and look in details about what everybody's talking about. And it's like, if you're not really going to see, you know, it's like you said, like, you had to explain to somebody, like, the primaries, you know, certain elections and stuff like that. So it's like, to me, I do vote. I vote Democrat, but it's like, every time I feel bad, because, heck, I don't even know who the hell is on the ballot. So it's like, I don't know if this person's going to be good for us or going to be against us.
So how come you never withhold your vote?
Because I feel like it's important, like, to exercise my right to vote. Because I feel like, you know, like,
People died for it.
people died for it.
But so you think that putting somebody in that isn't qualified to be a president is more important than saying, nah, I'm not voting for nobody right now?
That's exactly what happened in your last election.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened, because you got everybody up and suddenly decided that they
And I
don't
will
like them.
say, other than Joe, like, I wrote in, what's his name?
Kanye West.
Nah, not
I
Kanye.
wrote-
The old dude, everybody loved, but Sanders. I wrote in Sanders.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A couple times, you know what I'm saying, on there. Matter of fact, I did vote for Bernie Sanders.
Ah, yeah.
I wrote his name in instead of Biden. I wrote his name in.
I voted third party because.
So I did exercise my right, and you know.
You exercised it, but you exercised it uneducatedly. So you have to, like, nobody educates you on what's actually going on. You have to do so much deep diving to find out, like, who you're voting for. Like, do they align? I don't vote particularly party-wise unless it's the have-to vote that requires you to vote it. But I want to go in, I want to see if their morals, if their ethics, if what they talk about, if what they do in their life match up things that match up with me personally and my beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, that's kind of how I swing that vote, and especially on a local level.
Well, ain't no way in hell I would have voted for Joe Biden. I've seen video of Joe Biden. He didn't want his kids playing with black kids, and then he said, if you don't vote for me, then you're not black, which we got shorts on that. But let's move on into our next hot topic. And then we're going to talk about Hollywood. We talked about this too before, but we're going to get y'all opinions on this. Jamie Foxx supposedly outed P. Diddy's gay parties, which Jamie Foxx has gay parties too, from what they say. We've seen Cat Williams expose some of the gay parties, and we've seen how his career declined after that. We've seen Dave Chappelle not accept $50 million for not dressing up as a woman and went to Africa, and they made it seem like he went crazy, which was not the case. Just recently, Gilly the Kid out of Philly, Gilly and Wallow, $1 million worth of game podcast host, son got murdered. Mm-hmm. And everybody was contributing it to his signing of $100 million deal with Barstool Industries or Entertainment or whatever for their podcast. So the question is, And there's a video of him looking like he didn't want to sign. It looked like he knew by signing his signature to that contract, something was going to come, like Kane. You know what I'm saying? So do you all believe in Hollywood that there is such thing as them doors? Sacrifice, gayism, and embarrassment.
Oh yeah, I really do think so, because it's like once they like get embarrassed or they put themselves out there, like what they say, necessarily selling your soul is not summoning the devil. Selling your soul is doing something you wouldn't do. You know what I'm saying? Out of your character. So to me, yeah, like you see like certain actors, certain rappers, like they'll get rich after they embarrass themselves. Right. It's like they'll shoot up. Yeah. That's like when you see those parties they be posting on Facebook. What was it? That little baby when he was with such and such. That the one party, the all white party.
The Ruben guy.
Yeah, and it just looked like he was just. It didn't look like Lil Baby. You know what I'm saying? He looked like he was just out of his zone. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing at this party? Like, that's you from Atlanta, the hood.
But Meek Mills messes with that guy a lot, and Kevin Hart, he keeps the crowd. So, real quick, you're a comedian. I'm gonna throw another show. I just got through talking to an investor. Because I can't invest another piece of change in a comedy show. Boy, I damn near went broke doing that. But we're going to throw another comedy show supposedly Labor Day weekend, right? Let's say you can do it, right? It should be your third one. But let's say somebody finds you and says, I can make you rich forever if you got to go, if you choose one of them doors. Crickets.
Nah, it's one of them, like, just my mindset, like, I feel like, nah, like I'm not about to sell my soul, like, just to make $1, just to be, you know what I'm saying, live good. It's like, I know God got something for me, you know what I'm saying, the back burner. It's like, he tell me to be patient right now, so it's like.
Well, I got 17 cousins and 3 aunties. You can have them all.
My uncle has been acting up, so that nigga might get sacrificed, shit. He couldn't read the contract anyway, so.
What do you think?
I think you better start acting right over there. Shoo. No, I think absolutely, like, it could be an opportunity that somebody would snag up, because in my perspective and my beliefs, like, there are types of magic that can be real, and you could call that a type of magic, because, you go out, you say thanks to the moon, you sit down and have a fucking, what do you call it?
Seance or something?
No, not a seance, not that far, I'm not that far, bro.
All right.
An altar where, like, you give thanks to things, like you give thanks to the sun or whatever. So there's all sorts of different branches there, but you might just see it being focal pointed on, like, a bad branch of bad magic, and so, depending on your belief, if you believe in shit like that.
It's like voodoo and hoodoo.
Yeah, like, I mean, voodoo's real. You don't go to the fucking swamps and be playing with that shit.
Yeah, but see, a lot of times, what, let's say the man has deemed bad is not really bad, It wasn't, its intentions when it was invented wasn't bad. They took it and made it to seem like the black cat. Black cat they say isn't bad. They say cats ward off spirits and things.
Yeah.
666 is not really bad when you start researching this stuff and see where it comes from.
Ain't it the carbon in our skin? Melanin?
Yeah. Well, all the 666? Yeah, I'm not for sure. I'm not going to agree with it, but I can't.
But I'll tell you one quote, though, that I've been going by. Like, everybody that's good,
go ahead.
Everybody that's good is not for you, and everybody that's bad ain't against you.
That's true.
Well, I was on a state paid vacation one time, and the guy said everything your color ain't your kind, and everything your kind ain't your color.
Mercy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'll never forget. That was over 20 years ago, but 15, and I remember that. So I'm sacrificing. I'm going through the blood sacrifice. I ain't lying to you. They come right now and want to sign conversations in the trap. I'm going to go to the cousins and aunties' doors and hey, come on out. Come on outside. We ain't got to fake no accidental or nothing. Here, get that van and take them. Think I won't? See, here, I'll give them $1 before they get
all I got to do is put free money on there and my uncle go.
Yes, sir. Next question. I should have ran this in with the presidency, but do you think America will ever war with Russia and China? Because they teamed up and Africa just sided with Russia and China, and I heard somebody say you can fit 5 United States in the continent of Africa. China is already investing. Some people say that's not really investing, that they're taking over Africa. Some people say Putin really isn't bad. It's just he knows how bad America really is, and he wants to fight that off. So do you think, and you know we spend billions on our defense system. So do you think we would ever, I don't know who would have to go to Kroger's and buy the balls, them or us, to go to war?
Now, I feel like it would depend on like currency, because that's like what they did to Gaddafi, right?
Well, if we go to war with them, I'm pretty sure in this house right here, right, if you just start picking up objects, it's going to say made in China.
Oh yeah.
So if we go to war with China, we're gonna tear each other's money to pieces.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Because they make, we buy. So if we're warring with you, then you're not making for us to buy.
Because it's messed up that us as Americans, you know what I'm saying, like we send everything over just for it to be cheaper, just to get sent back to us, and it's like.
So do you think we'll war? You think we'll ever go to war with them?
I think there's a possibility.
They're our landlords, so.
Heard that. Just paying rent here until the alien gets me. So, like, I think it could be possible because you do have such a large population on each one of those continents, and if you combine them together, but then you have to think about how the communication is going to work, how the ones that have already seen war probably don't fucking want to go back to World War III. Like, most of those people are old and senile or old and have already passed. And so now we're left with leaders that are trained basically on what? Desert storm and out. But like, also China said they'd never come and invade the U.S. because behind every blade of grass there's a rifle or a handgun.
Oh yeah.
Every person can be armed. Like one person.
Hard gun cabinet.
Yeah. One person's gun cabinet could fill up the whole street and put a gun in every hand type situation. Yeah. So you have that aspect, but also I think it's dependent on how they progress with their age-wise politicians and how we progress with our age-wise politicians, because Donald Trump was younger, Putin's about in that age range. You saw them getting along well, but now you've got Biden who's at the top of the fucking age range, like ready to croak. And you've got these younger people starting to get into the office, middle-aged people that are having different ideas than the old ways. Right. They didn't see World War I and II. They didn't live through that. They probably didn't meet their grandparents and hear the war stories. So I think it's really dependent on that. And as well, why the fuck don't we overthrow the government? Right, like, there's a fucking problem. The gap between the low man and the poor man is way too big to the rich man and the big man. But there's only a few here, and there's so many here, so why are we not overthrowing the government and getting back to what the fuck matters? Like, getting back to something where we're seeing trade within our own country, where we're seeing our markets fill up with locally grown produce. Like, then you're casting out all of the chemical imbalances, all of the, if you look at a bag of bread, look at the ingredients. You can make that same loaf of bread at home with 4 ingredients. Right. Yeah. So you'll see, like, that would also take care of a lot of other issues, and it would change them.
All right, so real quick, let's talk to our special guest co-host for the night real quick, Dana Parks. Tell us a little bit about your hobby business.
So my current hobby business is actually coins and currency. Most of them are U.S., but there's a few domestic. I chose to start a business after I left my last job. So it's a business of buying and selling coins. I have been to my first coin show, and I'm coming up on my second, September 16th at the Estill County Fair Barn, the covered one. That'll be my second one. But I do have Instagram and Facebook, and it's Gas Pack Stack. So
say it again.
Gas Pack Stack. Okay. GPS. So I've got that Instagram at gasoline2323. I've got that on Facebook as Gas Pack Stack Auctions. My Instagram is way more active than my Facebook, I'll be honest. That's the only thing I Instagram on. But I kind of collected that hobby from my grandfather, and then recently I learned how to change that hobby into doing something that I love that makes me money as well.
Okay.
Have you like found any like specific coins that are worth like any money or?
So going through my own collection, when I learned how to sort it out and prepare it for a viewing correctly without damaging it, I found a lot of pieces that I didn't realize were great pieces and that I had on me already.
Right.
So most of the ones I go for, I've got a bill that's like from the Bank of Georgia,
Right.
From Atlanta. And that's when you break back like the currency system. So those are kind of the things I look at. And I'll pick like certain things from certain eras that I like. Like my grandfather was really into the Civil War, so I have a Civil War $5 bill. But then like also you look at the flip side, what else was popular then?
Right.
And you kind of just build it up. So right now my biggest build is my fractional currency. During the war, they didn't want coins to jingle in your pockets. So you would get papers that were like 5 cents, 10 cents, 25 cents.
Oh wow.
You got some of those?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I've got some of those.
That's cool.
So that's like kind of just learning the history behind it is also a cool factor of it.
Now, how long have you been doing this?
Let's see, I actually started officially the business and the Instagram page in February of 22, I think. Yeah, 22. So not too long, but I've been collecting personally since I was a kid.
Now, is there a long-term goal with this or?
The long-term goal is not to start hating it because I made it a business. So that's why I'm real kind of easy with it. But long-term goal, like I want to have the entire fractional shield. It's like 50 pieces. Long-term goal, I want to have like a nice china cabinet in the front of my house that's locked that I can be like, look at all these pieces I collected. Like I bought a Morgan Dollar in New Orleans. I won't ever sell that because that's the first time I went to NOLA. That's the first time I walked Bourbon Street. And I immediately like had to find the coin store the next morning because I wanted a piece of history from there.
I can't wait to go to the NO.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. When I went to your page and I seen gas packs, I said, "Oh, she got some gas."
Okay, I did.
I thought we was about to be blowing. So
Give me a year, man.
what I seen you with some straps. What's your favorite type of gun?
God. I would have to say probably somewhere between my AR-15 that I had or I really like my Smith & Wesson 2.0.
Smith & Wesson 2.0.
Yeah. So it's kind of like a Glock 19, just Smith & Wesson version. It's smoother. It's got interchangeable hand grips. It's great for everyday carry. So that was my go-to. One of my buddies put me onto it. And I'd never pick another everyday carry except for maybe a Glock 45 because it's small and I can wear it on the bike and it doesn't
Easy to clean.
look huge. Yeah, they're all easy to clean once you figure it out. It's like a 3-step part.
Right.
When you get up to the rifles and shit, it gets a little bit harder.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I had to teach myself out of the like, hey, can you do this for me, please? Like, I had to learn myself how to do it. But I definitely love it. I've practiced, I've trained, and I've enjoyed the art of it.
All right. Well, I can't touch a gun, so we just gonna move on.
No guns in the house.
Now, for our conversation for tonight, we'll stay on this about 5 to 7 minutes. What does a real friendship consist of?
Respect.
Right.
Respect and boundaries. Because to me, it's like you can first meet somebody, right? And they can overstep their boundaries. But it's like if you show respect first, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, or you speak up on it. You go ahead and set the boundary, and if they, cross that boundary, be like, hey, man, you address it, like, hey, I didn't like it, whoop, whoop. Like, hey, let's keep it right there, we still cool, whoop, whoop. You know what I'm saying? To me, like respect turns into loyalty. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you just can't be loyal to somebody because that's just dumb. Because it's like they can treat you like shit, like dirt on the bottom of their shoe, and
see, I'm a real loyal cat, right? My loyalty is like a dog. But in order to deal with me and love me, you know what I'm saying, you got to love me because I'm just the type of person that you'll be like, man, I am sick of him. I don't want to be his friend no more. But in order to deal with me, so if you are my friend, then I really know, like, you gotta have love for me. And
my mom was a Taurus, so I fucks with you.
You know what I'm saying? So like I'm like, man, I ain't never hated on none of my friends. You know what I'm saying? I might cuss you out. I might
This comes with the friendship, though. I can't cut you out.
I ain't gonna never hate on you. I might disrespect you. But it's probably out of anger, and I'm gonna apologize. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So as far as you being my friend, you gonna accept that. You know what I'm saying? We might not bring it up ever again, but we gonna keep moving. Don't do it no more.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But
that boundary, like I was saying, that boundary. Yeah.
I think it comes with understanding and forgiveness, because those go hand in hand with respect and loyalty. And like if you don't have the understanding of the other person, like. If your friend knows that you're fucking up and they don't say anything to you, it's not because they don't respect you, and it's not because they don't love you. It's because, like, my best friend knows, like, she's okay. When she's not okay, then I'll step up and say something. Or when she's ready to tell me, she gonna step up and say something. And that's exactly how it's worked for us for 15 fucking years. Because I always know that she'll forgive me, that she loves me, and that when I'm ready to be honest, no matter how fucking hard it is, she will listen, and she'll still love me afterwards, and she'll say, it's okay, we can get through this.
See, that's how it is. I had a group of about 4 to 5 guys, and I knew how each individual was. So I knew what I could take to each individual. Like, I couldn't take this right here to him because he's going to shut down. I couldn't take this right here to him because he's going to lie. You know what I'm saying? He's just going to plumb out loud. We all know it. I couldn't take this here to him because he's going to act like I didn't even say it and start talking about money. You know what I'm saying? So I knew all my friends. You know what I'm saying? And like vice versa.
That's like what DMX said. He's like, expect everybody to be themselves.
Right.
So it's like, when he said that, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to expect everybody to be themselves and nothing more than that. Because it's like, I'm not going to set my expectation any higher than that.
But I don't like to call my friends because I love them as if they my brothers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I got like a group of brothers, then I got a group of friends, then I got a group of associates. And I know who's in what category. You know what I'm saying? So you could have been a brother. You can't go from a brother to the friend. You can't go from the brother to associate. If you leave the brother circle, then you just drop off.
I feel like that too.
And you can move from friend to brother.
There's
facts.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
There's levels to the shit.
Friend to brother. Like I met bro right here. He was riding around looking for prostitutes. I had him. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't on camera, so they'll never know. I had him for him. We became friends. You know what I'm saying? We became friends off it. But as we progressively dealt with each other, they became my brother. You know what I'm saying? So damn, that's my brother.
Hey, that's what shit ends up like that though.
Yeah, that's real. That's real.
Hell yeah, that's real.
But the associates, they gonna turn on you at some point in time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But all of them could turn. But I always expect an associate to flip. You know what I'm saying? Because we probably just associating with each other for a certain reason.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
There's probably a specific task or something that's in place to why we are even dealing with each other. Ain't no love. There's gonna be respect on my part and your part too, dealing, with knowing who you dealing with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it comes with it. So, who's your best friend?
Her name is Raylan, and we've been best friends since 5th grade band concert. We were both in concert band, so we've been kicking it for a minute.
Okay. Who's your best friend?
Actually, Jerrod, yeah. Jerrod, that's been my like you said, that's my round right there.
Yeah.
That's my nigga, like when we found out, we got the same aunt and uncle, we basically, kinfolk. But once we found that out, it's like we've been like this ever since. It's like, he's the only one. He'd be like, Jerrod, man, you know you fucked up. And I'd be like, you know what? You right. He's the only one. I ain't gonna say only one, but holds me accountable. You know what I'm saying? Make sure, make sure my head on straight. Talks to me. You know what I'm saying? If I need something, he there. So it's like, you forever got my, you know what I'm saying, my loyalty.
It took me 20-something years to realize this, and I didn't even have these people in my life at the time. But I was the friend to be like, damn, how you my friend? If you my dog, right, and you like, I don't like him either. But if I tell you I don't like him, then why are you over associating with him?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But then it took me to realize, man, my kids are my best friends, bro. I tell them anything. I tell my oldest daughter any and everything. You know what I'm saying? And my youngest two, and my son, like those are my best friends.
Yeah.
Like that's who I go to. And then my main dog, Free Mac Mall, boy, I can't wait till you come home. You know what I'm saying? That's my man's right there. So we're gonna get on into this what I call the dime trap time. All right, dime trap time. Is it true that you can buy liquor with an EBT card?
The kids gonna starve. Hennessy and Patron every night for dinner. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too damn bad.
Y'all stupid. Better love story. The Notebook or Titanic?
Ooh, Titanic.
Notebook was a little toxic, so yeah, Titanic. Yeah.
Somebody take it off of your car.
Look, hey, look, you can get through that. I'll pay my barcode before, cuz. Ooh.
So hold on, you said Titanic?
Yeah.
You too?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go
Notebook
with.
was toxic though.
It was?
Yeah, they was fighting and shit like that.
Okay. I ain't never really seen either one of them, but I can remember. Loyalty or love?
Loyalty. Because love is almost the same
Smack it.
emotion. Ooh, my shit.
We almost done. You see them lights.
But I feel like loyalty is the same. Well, not loyalty, but I feel like love is the same passion as hate sometimes.
Yeah.
So it's like a loyalty. Yeah.
So you can hate us just as much as you can love.
Yeah. Like you can love is rage.
What you got?
I would have to go with love because I feel like when you get love, you already get the loyalty. And if you think that love ain't it, it's because you ain't found the right kind of love.
Mm.
Like your brothers don't leave you after like 15 years
Right.
because they love you.
Yeah.
And so like that's the true kind of love. The bitch that stayed with you for fucking 3 weeks and then ghosted you, like that isn't love.
Oh, hell.
I hope she trips and falls every day of her life. When she wakes up and walks out the bed, I hope she falls. You know, y'all.
I hope somebody steals her earring backs. Shit.
Ooh, that's dirty.
What is true happiness?
They say money can't buy happiness, but I'd be damned days.
They lie too, ain't they?
Yeah, I know. If I had
watch when these uncles and aunties get sacrificed. Watch how happy that money.
Hey.
Watch how happy that money make me. Walking their funeral like Versace, everything, Louis V, all that. I might switch outfits in the middle of the funeral. Get out there flying with a motherfucker.
It's like the BET Awards. Yeah, I'd come out in another suit. Y'all like this one?
Nah, but like I done been through the ringer in my life. Everything has been mostly self-inflicted, but like this stage of my life, man, I'm trying to experience like true happiness. Like my kids bring me true happiness until I gotta keep yelling, stop, quit, no, god damn, I've been yelling this for 2 solid hours. Oh my god, they done drove me crazy. We was happy at first, but not for real though. Like I want to experience like with a woman, a home, you know, the kids, not none of their mamas, but true career, this popping, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, most definitely.
True happiness. So what would be true happiness for you?
You know, honestly, like not to sound like a total fucking sappy bitch, but I think I got true happiness right now. Like even though I've got some bullshit going on in my life, I'm dealing with that. It's gonna be done in about a year. But like,
I'm 3 years.
listen, I'm doing extra work for the 1 year, isn't it? All right.
Look, I won 2 Kings Island tickets today at work. Monday, I'm going straight to the PO office and say, hey, bro, you want to take your son or somebody, your girl to Kings Island? Will this buy me an extra week? No,
Please.
But like, you know, we both came from some abusive bullshit, and we were together, we split, and we've come back. And like today, I know that I don't have to worry about me having to connect with another human and try to find happiness with another human, because like she's it for me.
Yeah.
Like I love her. I wake up next to her, even when I want to fucking punch this bitch in the face. She is my favorite human, and I love her to death.
Look at how she's looking at. Look at that smile.
Oh,
That's
that's
love
passion
right
right
there.
there. I know. She's like, damn it, we gonna go home. And
She don't smile like that. If you go back and look at her Facebook pictures, like she didn't smile like that for a long time. I didn't smile like this for a long time. Like Jerrod's known me for a fucking minute. Like he's seen me happy and he's seen me hurting.
Yeah.
And like today, I'm fucking thankful and I'm grateful that I know that I'm gonna get old next to that bitch over there, no matter how much she whines and complains. But no, she makes me happy, and watching her dreams come true makes me happy. And knowing that when I'm ready to set out on my dreams, she's happy for me.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
because I remember you had posts like that on Facebook the other day, like having a woman that will.
You got that from him.
Like your dreams. You know
Got
what I'm
that
saying?
from
They're
him.
for
He
your
said
dreams.
the first law was God bless
Make you want to be a better person.
Make you want to be a better
Yeah,
person.
yeah,
Every
exactly. That's facts right
Yeah,
there.
first law. Then another law was they support your ideals
Facts.
and your dreams. Yeah,
Reggie's voice. Facts.
facts. Ricky Ricardo, boss, Reggie Dove Jr. Where is he? Where you at, boy? All right. Believe in time travel.
Yeah.
Oh, hell
hell
yeah.
yeah.
Y'all do?
Yeah.
Man, there's just shit that's just off. You know what I'm saying? Like when you look at your childhood, like certain shit's renamed. I mean, of course they rebranded shit, but it's
Mandela
like,
effect.
yeah, Mandela effect. Yeah, I really do feel like they time travel because it's like just certain shit goes on. Like they try to say what Mandela was dead or he just died in 2012, but they said he died in the 90s, or just like certain events. Like I pulled out a map today, and this map was made like when I was a kid. So looking at the map now versus back then, I'm like, nah, something ain't right.
Yeah.
Something ain't right.
They say like in movies how people be going through portals and stuff. They say they put the truth in movies.
All the
But
time.
we just think it's a movie, but it's
Mhm.
actually they know what they doing or what it was. You know what I'm
You
saying?
notice how it's water right now?
How what's water?
Wakanda Forever. What was it? Shit, the motherfuckers. What is Avatar? Water.
Oh yeah, water.
All water. So it's like, is there really some shit in the ocean they ain't telling us about right now? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, I believe there's shit in the ocean. Like, there 80% type shit in the ocean that we
Right.
don't know about. Like, we just know the top little surface. Like, they just sent, 4 or 5 rich motherfuckers down
Oh
there and just like squished.
Yeah.
But, the Titanic's supposedly sitting down there. Like, in my coin world, I just saw a piece of coal that was graded by PCGS, a company that, like, tells you whether it's legit and gives it a grade according to their grading scale. A piece of coal from the Titanic. But where did that come from? But what do did that come from somebody's pocket that packed it the fuck out? Or, so, I think there's time travel. I think that things can be picked up and pulled somewhere else. And I definitely think, like, pull it all the way back to topic number 2, your celebrity blood magic. It's just a different form of magic.
Yeah. All right. Cardi B throws mic at person who threw a drink on her.
I loved it.
They say there was insufficient evidence to convict her. And then I seen on Facebook somebody said throwing a drink is a crime. Self-defense is legal.
Because, I mean, technically it's got your saliva in there, so.
Yeah, so that's a biohazard.
Yeah. If you spit on somebody, that's assault third.
Yeah.
Like, if you spit on an officer, that's like endangering life.
Yeah,
Damn near it.
it's assault third. So do y'all agree with Cardi B throwing the mic?
Absolutely.
Yeah, she need to be on the Cleveland Browns right now. They quarterback.
All right, who wins in football this year, UK or UofL?
UK. Big Blue Nation. Shit.
I'm gonna have to go to U of L.
UofL. I just interviewed a guy who was supposed to go to Louisville, and he's trying to get back in. I should have interviewed him right here, but I took him to the track dealing with one of my investors. It will be uploaded. It was a great interview, man. Had he been right here, man, it would have been. I'm talking about. I probably would have did buku numbers off it, but Oh, you like girls? Sorry, don't get mad at her.
It's
right
okay.
here.
Go ahead. I like guys too.
Okay, Jennifer Lawrence or Margot Robbie? The girl that plays the Barbie right now is Margot Robbie. She was fire in that movie with Will Smith. Can't remember. But he was like a
Not the what is it? She was the Harley Quinn.
yeah.
Ooh,
Her Jennifer Lawrence. Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
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 I just like them crazy, eh?
Yeah.
No.
It looked like on that post that you said where I hit you up from, when he asked, it looked like he got an ex on there that was trying to get on her.
Yeah.
They had like 8 replies. Bye, 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 bye. He's like, no. She was like, I'm coming. I won't be on there. He's like, girl, chill out.
Oh my God. No.
Look at that smell. Look at that smell. Look at that smell.
The top is decent.
But which one you got, Jennifer Lawrence or Margot Robbie?
I'm gonna go Jennifer Lawrence.
I know, man. She look like she just got her body did.
I ain't seen them minutes, so.
Shout out to Paul. I wish you see his boy. He was showing me pictures of her all day. Like, look at that. Last question. What makes for a great party? What does a great party consist of?
Weed.
Hey, weed, brew, you know what I'm saying, some liquor.
Music.
Not no cheap liquor where you gonna throw up
Heavy
right
Hill
there.
and shit.
If you bring that, you getting kicked
You gotta
out.
go.
Like you bring some Heaven Hill, nah, you ain't coming in this door.
The old me, I would have partied with Rick James and Stevie Wonder. I just put a post on there. They said, look at Stevie Wonder's eyes. They was open. Big. This has been another episode of Conversations in the Trap, man, the hottest podcast in the nation.
Hey.
You hear me? The hottest underground podcast.
We
underground right now. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate you for coming and hanging out with us. Hope you come again one of these days. I definitely gonna need you back.
Yeah.
Good looking, cuz.
Oh look, you know anytime, cuz shit.
Yeah. All right, hit the fans.
L's,
Nah, hit stop. Look at that fan.